Hi there. Welcome to Sleeping Beauty's sewing shop. How can I help you today? Okay, so you're interested in some quilts. Oh, that's wonderful. Well, then you're in luck. You've definitely come to the right place. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for, or anyone in particular you're looking to purchase the quilt for? Hmm. Oh, that's lovely. Okay. So you're just looking for a nice quilt, kind of a bedspread for yourself. Okay. Well, yeah, the winter months are coming up, so it's going to be nice and chilly outside, so it's a great time to get a new quilt. Mm-hmm. Well, yes, of course, all of our quilts are fully enchanted, and that's 100% money back guarantee. Mm-hmm. Is there a certain effect that you were looking for, that you had in mind, or you just like to kind of peruse our options? Well, that's not a problem. Okay, well, why don't I pull out some of the most popular offerings that we have, and I'll kind of go over them in detail with you, and you can kind of get a feel for the fabrics and the colors and the textures and that sort of thing, and then you can choose the one that's perfect for you. Great. Okay, well, give me just a moment. Let me pull everything out, and I think I have a handful that I'd really like to show you, that I think you might find interesting. Okay, do you have a few moments today? Okay, great. So we don't have to rush. Wonderful. Okay. So let me just... okay, it's in this drawer right here. Let me pull some of them out. I actually make all of these by hand. Well, with help, of course. I have quite a few woodland animals who kind of provide me with the assistance for several of the quilts, and occasionally we'll have some fairy godmothers come in to lend a hand. Well, all of these quilts are actually for charity. Half of the proceeds go to the orphanage, so yeah. Okay. Let me close this a little bit. There we go. Now, all of the quilts that I'm going to show you today are made entirely out of cotton, hand-spun woven cotton, so yes, they're absolutely soft and have quite a luxurious feel to them. They're all themed differently. I like to have different themes when I create the quilts. If you'll notice all of the stitching, you can tell that it's all hand done, but very high quality. We use, of course, only the best enchanted thread in the kingdom. So, in fact, many of the quilts have either gold or silver thread in them. Yes. Well, we used to get most of our supply from the Rumpelstiltskin factory, but we've recently switched to creating the thread in-house. We have a spindle and everything in back, so we make our own thread now. Yeah. And the dwarves in the area keep us in good supply of the gold and silver we need directly from the mines, so exactly. Okay, well, this first one here I call A Walk Through the Orchard. As you can tell, it is kind of more of a fall theme, so it has the red blocks and the green and the browns and the oranges, so it's very fall themed. And yes, most of our quilts that we offer here are the traditional block square quilts, so they're made entirely out of just evenly cut square blocks that are hand sewn together, and then of course the edge of the quilt is the same that's on the backing, so it's basically folded over and sewn in with a very clean seam. And we try to keep the spacing as evenly as possible, so yeah, we pay very close attention to detail. So all of the squares, if you'll notice, where all 4 squares meet, it's pretty much in line, so there's no overlapping or anything of that sort. So this is a lovely quilt. Here's another one that I'd like to show you. This one I like to call Pretty in Pink. As you can tell, it's just different shades of pink. So there's a nice soft powder pink and a baby pink and even a fuchsia thrown in there. Just kind of a neon pink, so it's varying shades of pink. And then also we've used 3 different patterned fabrics here, and they each have little pink touches in them. For instance, this one has little rosebuds with beautiful green leaves. So it's a very feminine quilt. Yeah. If you were looking for something a bit more gender neutral, this quilt is lovely. I call it the cottage garden. Yeah, despite its name, it just has a few little floral touches here, but it has more of a rustic feel, I think. It has some deep browns, some chocolate browns, and then some pinks again, some greens, some lavenders thrown in. And, normally those colors wouldn't necessarily go together, you would assume, but I think they complement each other very nicely here in this quilt. It's one of my favorites, actually. I just love how kind of country it feels. So this one here I call the glass slipper quilt. A nod to one of my good friends, of course. And it's all in blues and sparkling white fabrics. Now all of these quilts I have just showed you, they of course are enchanted with the in-house fairy godmothers that we invite here on occasion to help us. Yeah, they add their magical touch to all the quilts, definitely. And these will help you to achieve a more restful night's sleep. So the second you cover up with one of these quilts, you will immediately fall asleep. And they've estimated that you'll sleep around 8 to 10 hours, depending upon a variety of different factors, but you won't have to worry about waking up in the middle of the night or kind of not being able to fall asleep because you're worrying about this or that. So they do guarantee that it will help you fall asleep within approximately 2 to 5 minutes of covering up with the quilt. Yeah, so almost immediately, I guess you could say. Now, these quilts over here are more Enchanted Love quilts. So this one I call the Tulip Walk, and as you can see, it's varying shades of lavender with touches of green thrown in, and several of the different fabrics are all tulip themed, so either they're abstract tulips or actual tulips. And what I mean by Enchanted Love quilts is they're perfect to give someone on their wedding day, or if they if they're dating a special someone that they'd like to kind of enhance the relationship, and you simply cover the person up with a quilt who is the apple of your eye, I guess you could say, and it will strengthen their bond. It will strengthen their feelings toward you. So this is a great quilt. Yeah, this series of quilts, I absolutely love them. They're just so bright and cheery, I feel, especially this next one here in the series. It's all yellows and oranges, and I call it Sunrise. And if you can see, there's quite a few squares in here. Yeah, the pattern is either sun or stars, kind of more sky imagery, so I really love that. And this next one here is called the Goodnight Quilt. Very to the point. This is again in the Enchanted Love Quilt series, and it's deep blues and blacks and just hints of white and yellow throughout. And again, it has some star patterns, but they're more glittery. And let's see here. This is one of my favorite squares right here. It's a solid black, but it has white glitter flecks and little moons. So I absolutely love this one. You know, before I forget, there's a couple more I wanted to show you that were just in our normal restful night sleep quilts. So these are just our traditional enchanted quilts that will help you to relax and calm down and get a wonderful night's sleep. So there's a couple more that I really want to show you. This one right here is called the Dollhouse. And exactly, there's different shades throughout, kind of pinks and purples and blues and greens. But then we have the pattern pieces here, and they're all doll themed. So this square has some lovely little porcelain dolls on it. And this one has kind of literally doll houses embroidered on it. It's simply magnificent. And then this next one here is, I call it the Owl Suite. So it has lovely little birdhouses on it, and then owls here and there. And it has oranges and pinks and browns are the main color scheme for this one. And I think it's just so magical in and of itself. It's just, yeah, I love owls too. So it's quite a unique quilt and simply stunning. Yeah. Now this next series of quilts, the last series I'm going to show you, these are the Make-A-Wish quilts. Yeah, and there's 3 of them in the series actually, 3 that I'm going to show you, and these are quite unique. They grant the owner of the quilt a 1 wish per month, so you do have to have it on your bed all throughout the month, every night, in order for it to kind of gather its energy that it needs to actually grant the wish. Precisely, yeah. So this first one is aptly named Wish Upon a Star, and all of the patterns, as you can see, are star themed. There are a couple that are more kind of space themed as well, so you'll have one that has several different planets on it and more abstract star themes. So I really love this one. It's quite unusual for a quilt, I think. And there's this next one. See here? This one right here is Romantic Getaway, is what I call it. And it has nice porcelain colored squares and more pastel squares. Yeah, and then you'll find vintage rose patterns here and there and various other flowers. I know this one has a little lily on it, so that's quite lovely. And then this last one here, I call the Tea Party, and it has all different colors, kind of shades of the rainbow, and every patterned piece herein has little teacups or teapots on it. This one is adorable. It has a little sprig of lavender on it, and it has lavender tea kind of memorabilia on it. So I really like that. Yeah. Do you have an idea of which one you'd like? Oh, you'd like a couple of them. Okay, that's great. Okay. Oh, those are lovely choices. Okay, I think you'll be very happy with them. Well, yeah, you can come back and pick them up anytime. What I'll do is I'll hold them for you. I hold them for 48 hours. So if you come back in the next 2 days, you can just come right to the counter. And what I'll do is I'll wrap them up for you in the meantime, so you'll have them all ready to take home. And you can have a little bit more time to decide and make sure these are the 2 you want. That's no problem at all. Is there anything else you'd like to look at? We have enchanted thread or... No? You're good. Okay. So, okay, so you wanted to give one away as a gift. Okay, which one did you want to give as a gift? Okay, wonderful. What I'll do is I'll actually gift wrap that one and put a nice bow on it. And is there anything in particular you'd like me to put on top of it? We often put fresh flowers in the wrapping itself, so we'll tuck it into the bow and make sure it's kind of secure in there. So we can do that, no problem. Maybe some nice lilacs and lilies and daisies, that sort of thing. Okay, so I'll just use my judgment. Okay, great. Well, it was wonderful meeting you. And if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call or stop by. I'll be more than happy to help you with anything you might need. Okay, well, great. Well, you take care, and I'll see you soon. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, did you want anything embroidered on the quilts? Yeah, we can either embroider a little message on the back corner of the quilt, like the lower corner or the upper corner, wherever you prefer it, or we can even embroider a little kind of images on the front of the quilt. Did you want a message on the back? Okay, let me just head over to the computer and we'll put that down, okay? Great. I have to take this down because I'm terrified of misspelling things. Okay, so what did you want? Let me get the program up. What did you want? So you wanted this on the gift quilt, which was... Okay. Alright, so... Okay. And how do you spell that name? Wonderful. Okay. Now, did you want anything embroidered on your quilt, such as the year or your name? Or... Okay. I'll put that down. And you wanted both of these messages on the lower right-hand corner of the back of the quilt. Okay, great. Wonderful. Okay, well, we're all set. Sorry for stopping you as you headed out. I didn't want to have you leave before we got a chance to do any embroidery that you wanted. Okay, great. Well, you have a great day, and I'll see you soon.